I've just realised I've been on mute for ages. I'm terribly sorry. That is so piss poor of me. Welcome everyone. We're going to get started for the race. Apologies for the mutedness. I wish someone said it in the comments, but no one did. I do some pro clubs and I mute my mic for that because none of the guys want to be on it. and I am sorry. I'll remember for next time. First time I've done it for a long time. On pole then is Thunder. I feel so embarrassed about that. So silly. Anyway, we'll get going. The formation lap is about to get underway in just a moment or two's time. We'll have the 14 that started. Thunder on pole, Mancy in second, third will be Football, and Rant will be in fourth. Fifth place will be Jonathan, and sixth is Irish Scout. So we get ready for the formation lap and get us underway. Again, apologies for the lack of actual commentary of what I'm actually supposed to be doing, my job. But as I said, I will make sure to get it sorted for next time around. And we've already had 2 drivers disqualified from the formation lap. Got to give yourselves a bit of distance from each other, guys. It's not a race in the formation lap at all. So drivers are on what tyre? Mediums, pretty much all around the board. Downstroke from P10 to P11. Did he really? Going to go back and check this. No. He was always P11. Always P11. Yeah, I thought that would be a bit odd. A few drivers out of the formation lap. So as I was saying, the majority on the medium tyres. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4 on the hard tyres. So medium, hard, medium will be my guess. It's all right, Explicit. It's my bad for having my mic on mute for all this bloody time. It's ridiculous. She's got the heat getting to me today. Yeah, the V-carb out in front. Well, we've got the V-carbs in the 2 most prominent positions on the grid, first and last, for the start of this pre-season event. We're going to have dry weather throughout. Not so for when we get to the actual season. We're going to use real-time weather. So when we race on a Thursday, we're racing in Australia, we'll be checking the weather the day before, locking that in. The day before that, on the Tuesday, we'll be locking in Wednesday's weather for the qualifying session, which will mix things up a little bit throughout the season. But I guess also you will know. No worries, Explicit. Thank you anyway. It was my own fault, but at least it's only pre-season, eh? So at least that's something. Deli Russ, last one to form up on those hard tyres. As we get ready for the start, F125 still with the terrible camera angles, or maybe not. As we get ready to go, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 red lights. And we're foot flat to the floor here in the pre-season race in Australia. Thunder gets a really good launch, and so does Mancy, though. He might be alongside him before we go into turn 1. No, he isn't, but gets past. He stays ahead of his teammate. Irish Scouser up a couple of places already. A yellow flag in the back for Marco, who's fallen all the way down, and Cullery as well. He's all the way down at the back. Also, through turn 3 we go now, and forward we saw sort of 1 by 1 single file section through this part of the circuit. Ferret at the back there, making an overtake. Is he on the Sauber of not looking good? Yes, he has, as we go through turn 5 now, and Thunder still out in front by about 0.4 of a second, as Mancy in Football still right with him here as we go down towards turn 10. Irish Scouser on the inside of the Haas, trying to go at the inside at turn 9, had to back out of it though. That was a high risk move and wasn't prepared to go for it in the opening lap of 29. Is he going to go for a lunge into the next corner? No, he's not, and stays where he is. Dudley Russ up 5 places already into P9. Both RBs are doing exceptionally well at this point, as Thunder still leads the race. Out of the final corner we go, and on to lap 2. And now we get DRS enabled. Not for this straight though, it will have to wait a few more corners for that, as Thunder would have definitely got himself a warning there for corner cutting, that's for sure. Mancy still right under the rear wing of that RB as we go out of turn 3 into 4 and through this tricky tight section in the first sector of the Albert Park circuit. Cutting the timing beacon in the first sector. And now DRS open for the first time in this race. Thunder, though, won't be able to get it. Mansi just inside that DRS window and will be able to close in on the car in front. The top three just starting to break away now as Irish Scouser is not inside that DRS window as of now, as Swole has lost a position to Delta as they come down the back straight towards turn 11. Is he going to go for it into turn 11? Thinks about it. Just a bit of a dummy move there, maybe to try and put the Merc driver off, but no good. Stays in position and was not phased by the dummy move, and then Ferret goes a little bit deep into the corner, just clouts the back right of the Sauber there. I'm trying to get himself all sorted as he almost goes off the track here, and Marco looking to go around the outside. Ferret now coming into the pit lane. And I wonder why he's pitting. We've got a fight out in front though as Mansi tries to take the lead of the race and does take the lead of the race just before turn 5. What a lovely move there. Is we've got some damage, have we? Some bits of debris being flown up in the air. Have we got any damage from any of the top three? Hard to tell. And Thunder back into the lead again. A lovely move from him there, only on lap 3, and seen a boatload of overtakes already. And then locks up into turn 11, was able to get it all under control, thankfully for him. But under pressure from the two Haas cars behind. And the top 6 all very close to one another right now. Oh, it's Thunder and Football here coming together. He's on the inside, needs to be given racing room and has done. Would be required to... Oh! That would be right on the limit, I think, for the stewards there. And then tries up the inside again from the Haas, and it was given enough space. And now Irish Scouts are trying to pounce on the mistakes made from the Haas driver. Oh, they come together on the straight. That was poor there. I'm not sure what damage Mansi's got from right at the rear front wing, should I say, getting all my front and backs mixed up here. Thunder back into the lead again, getting aggressive, too aggressive. Mansi off onto the gravel, and so is Jonathan onto the grass. A lot of the drivers going slowly. We've actually got ghosting on, which we're not actually supposed to have in the league, but maybe quite thankful for it here. As Mansi comes into the pits, needs to get it slowed down in time, and does nicely. I'm going to have that front wing change. It's important for the drivers to stay in the race, though, I will say, just to get those laps in, get the practice in for the season. Australia will come up in the back end of the season, round 11 of 12 for the first season. Irish Scouser on a charge at the moment, up 3 places from his original position. Top 3 definitely starting to pull away. It's nice to see 3 different teams though as well, especially with the realistic car performance. It makes it quite interesting. It's certainly nowhere near a dead cert for Thunder by any means. And now he gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting at turn 1. He's done that twice at least, and I would imagine he's done that at all three times, and then goes wide again, struggling with the braking a little bit by the looks of things. So pace out in front at the moment, you're looking at about a 122, mid 122s. Getting some of that in the midfield as well. I haven't really got to the first proper round of pit stops yet. Looking like a one stop, look around 12 to lap 16, something like that, I think, for the pit stop window. Top three, the closest battle on track, more than two anyway. You've got Jonathan and Delta here, the Mert versus Ferrari, of course, an iconic team battle over the last sort of 15 years or so. Maybe not that long, maybe about 10 years. Similar performance, these two cars as well, under realistic. Not too sure. I think Ferrari's probably the second fastest car in the league, in F1 25. And in the league, I suppose. Mercedes, I would guess, is third or fourth fastest in this game. Obviously, there will be updates that come. So after season 1, drivers may have to be changed around from team to team. Irish Scouser now just dropped off a little bit from the 3-car train that was, now only 2. And Football going for it up the inside of turn 9. That was brave. You usually wait for a move down into 11 here, where you get a heavier braking zone. Is he going to go to the inside for this one? No, he doesn't. Stays where he is. Another lock up. It's really starting to become a bit of a theme now for Thunder to lock up in turn 11. Struggles to get the braking right there. Irish Scouser have been able to get back in that DRS window once again. And Football is pit quite early on. Is he going for a 2-stop here? So there's a 10-second penalty for not looking good. I think that may be a drive for coming into the pits and speeding into the pit lane. Only one though we've seen today so far. Lap 8 of 29. The top two still within 1 second. Someone just touched the wall there. Wasn't sure whether it's the Racing Bulls or the Ferrari. The Ferrari goes wide though out of the next corner. And Marco is around at the exit of turn 10. You see it so often in that area of the racetrack. And Jonathan into the pits here. Hard tyres for him. That's a long way to go on the hards. Long way to go on the hards. Football now. Oh, just touching the rear of Gav's McLaren. Goes past him though, or has he yet? Needs to get it done under braking and does so nicely. The extra grip in those tyres doing him very, very well indeed. The top 5 yet to pit, and Gav is the only other that hasn't pit, and he's gone wide there through turn 6. Might pick himself up a penalty. Jonathan in clear air. We're trying to just get some decent and consistent lap times in and make good of the clear space he's got ahead of him. As Football overtakes Cole, and he's on a bit of a charge at the moment. Top two still yet to pit, going longer, both on the mediums and trying to get that tyre offset towards the end and having a bit more grip on the hards when we come to the end of the race. Getting close to half distance, just gone over a third of the way through the race. So Scouse going to pull the trigger this time around and go for that undercut. I think it would be wise as he's starting to lose a little bit of time. Maybe he's losing time because Thunder's coming in this lap and is pushing as hard as he can and really spending the rest of that tyre that it has to give. He stays out for one more lap. Surely Scouse comes in. No, he stays out for another lap. Are they going to come in on the same lap? I wouldn't think that would be oh so wise. We've got Dudley Russ out of the pits. He's down in 14th. Rats. He comes out of the pits, and Delta in the pits as well. He'll be overtaken by Mancy. And Delta will come out in 9th place. Football only 11 seconds behind now. He's going to take a clear lead in the race when we come to those two having done their pit stops. Welcome everyone who's joining us. You're watching the pre-season event of Apex Performance Series, one of a few more to come before the start of the season, the first week of July, for the first race of the season in Bahrain. Hopefully you'll be able to join us then. It'll be the same time as we have tonight, 8:30 GMT. We'll have a race per week at least for pre-season up until then. P1 and P2 have not yet pitted explicit. And nor has Cull as well. And Gav has also not pit. And here comes Thunder. Oh, just getting into the pits in time without getting himself another penalty. That 12 of 29 is all getting a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Football looks like he's in a good position at the moment. Thunder comes out just ahead of Jonathan. That was perfect timing for him. That's what he needed. There's a car not far up the road. Yeah, he certainly should have undercut the V-carb. But he hasn't, and Irish Scouser now has to respond on this lap. He does have DRS though from back markers, which is good for him. Gets him a slight bit of that time back. And Thunder's certainly not going to get it, and he is under pressure from Jonathan as well, so it's not all plain sailing for the Racing Bulls driver as Irish Scouser now comes in and really tries to attack the line. No, puts the pit limiter on early, doesn't want to get a penalty, but that is going to cost him substantial time against Thunder, who's now just coming into the final couple of corners of the lap. Irish Scouser just been serviced by his pit crew and trundling down the pit lane oh so slowly, and Thunder goes through with quite some ease, and Irish Scouser has lost positions to his teammate and his rival Rats as well, and the Red Boys move up into 5th place. Top 3 all got penalties, 3 seconds for Football, 6 seconds for Cully, and Thunder has got 3 seconds himself. Jonathan has got the fastest lap point up to now. Remember, next season as well, fastest lap point will stick around in Apex Performance Series, but it will be for all 20 drivers, so that will get very interesting in races, especially if you're down towards the bottom and you want to try and get that 1 point to take into the next round. I think we will see some sort of qualifying style racing towards the end of those races. Jonathan now going at the inside of the Aston Martin at turn 9 and has to get the move done at turn 10, goes off the track. He's going to keep the place though. That goes to the stewards afterwards. We will have stewards reports from tonight, but nothing will be enforced unless it's absolutely ridiculous. I don't think anything would be enforced into the next races or into the season. That might change for the final pre-season race, maybe trying to keep everyone on the straight and narrow coming in to the season opener. Jonathan in 3rd place now, and Thunder hasn't really got away all that much. Scouser now in a little bit of no man's land. Pit a little bit too late. He's hoping that tyre offset will come in handy towards the end, but I can't really see that happening. On the last lap, Thunder got a fastest final sector overall for the session. Fastest lap for, as I said, Jonathan at the moment though, and would be taking that point if we were not in pre-season. Thunder now just starting to stretch his legs a little bit, catching up to Football. Just over half the way through this race. Still a long way to go, and still got everyone in the race as well, which is lovely to see. Shouldn't have said that, should I? Something terrible is going to happen in the next few moments. Always the way. Irish Scouser as well, just starting to come back a little bit, getting into the groove of the stint. So Scouts right underneath the rear wing of Cole. Will he get DRS? Yes, he will. He's gifted that. Cole comes in for his pit stop, the final driver to pit today, and gets a 10-second time penalty as well. That's unlucky for him. Cole comes out in 9th place. There are a few drivers with 10-second penalties, I believe. I believe there are a couple. Thunder still trying to catch up. He's struggling a little bit here. Got his teammate up ahead of him. Time is coming down, still keeping an eye on it. About 3 seconds now. He's gained about half a second in the last lap. Just not coming down though, like I think he would have hoped it would. At this point, Jonathan as well, sort of in no man's land. These guys all just sort of matching each other for times right now. Thunder is starting to just dig a little bit deeper, catching up somewhat. And we'll catch up some more because football is really low on battery at the minute. I won't give away numbers in case there are people around who are listening, who are racing, but his battery is quite low. Thunder is right at the other end of the spectrum at the minute. All the battery to play with pretty much. And I imagine he's just going to start to use it to close in on football. Both got 3-second time penalties. Got a yellow flag in sector 3. It's not looking good. Not looking good. He's off onto the grass again. Mansi into the pits. Got a front wing change. Was that an incident with not looking good? Here goes Cole, trying to decide which way he goes, getting it nicely alongside into the corner, and then being squeezed out by the McLaren driver Zoll. So again, there'll be more racing on the channel, other than just Thursdays. There'll be Tuesdays as well, and potentially Mondays to be confirmed. 3 days of racing. Don't believe we're going to be streaming any other pre-season races. Around the outside he goes, and all over the place and off the racetrack as well, and probably would have got a warning for that. Lap 19 of 29. And Thunder now within a few tenths all around at the final corner as we just left the two of them. An incident has unfolded. Gets himself going again. Mansi getting past. As Thunder now looking strong, looking quick, recharging for football. He cannot get any of the recharge back. He might have a chance now though, being in that DRS window, if he can stay there, of course. His tyres quite a bit older. And football actually comes in. We'll do one more stop here today. I'm not sure if Thunder's going to do the same. Jonathan goes through. These guys all going to get to the end. The 11 Haas out of the pit box. Nice stop. Glad you're enjoying it. Explicit saying he's loving the race so far. It has been quite drama filled, hasn't it? And it's interesting now with the strategy. Whoa! Cold tyres catching people out at turn 1. Delta just coming out of the pit lane now. Where is he going to filter out? Out in 8th place comfortably as Mansi goes into turn 1. And football is on the mediums and got 10 laps to run on these tyres and can push really quite hard for the rest of the race. Safety car deployed with 10 laps to go. And that is not what football would have wanted if we'd have waited one more lap. However, drivers are going to come into the pits. Are they going to go onto the softs and leave football hanging out to dry on the mediums? Thunder comes in. You've really got to take this opportunity now. It's going to be soft to the end. We're going to have a really, really exciting race lined up at the end by the looks of things, as Rats comes into the pits as well. Irish Scouser. Football won't, of course. As Explicit says in the comments, this changes everything. It certainly does for certain drivers. And what is football going to do here? Where is he going to come out? It's going to be tight between him and Jonathan. Jonathan can race up to the safety car line 2. He gets back in second, so it hasn't really affected him all that much. However, a lot of drivers around them are going to go on to the softs. The top 3, however, are all on the medium tyres. I'll get them up for you now. I've got them on my screen, on my iPad, but not for you guys all to see. Oh, Gav, 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. No excuse, really. When you're under a safety car, you might have to pit again just to get rid of that penalty. But really, no excuse to get a speeding violation. Explicit said that Delta is bottled the strategy, really. Well, yeah, I think he's done that, though. I'm not sure why he's done that. Actually, I can't really give a reason for that. That is a bit silly to go onto the hards. I wonder if it was panic and just made that wrong choice right at the last second of having it confirmed before going into the box. That's probably the most likely scenario. Going to have another lap under the safety car, of course. Still going to have to wait quite a while for everyone to catch back up. So if everyone could, who hasn't done so already, subscribe to the channel, it'd be much appreciated. As I said earlier on, we have gone over 460, and if anyone else could hit that subscribe button, obviously completely free of charge, just supports the channel, it would be much appreciated. As Explicit said, there's going to be about 5 laps to go. I think you're right. Still got a long wait though, haven't we, for others around. And just make sure as well, you're all hitting that like button. I noticed a decent amount of likes on the promo video. So thank you very much for that. I think we're going to have 6 laps to go. I think we're going to get going on lap 24 at the end of lap 23. Everyone's almost caught up and we will be before the end of the second sector. So we'll have 6 laps to go, and the softs would have easily done those 6 laps, I think. So at least a few have gone on to the mediums. It's going to be very interesting though with that strategy call, of course. I think Zol's just taking his time, trying to get his tyres up to temperature before getting to the back of the queue. I mean, it is quite sensible at this point, as you're not going to hold it up for another lap and just hold him back, and then really just racing up to the back of the pack and getting the tyres up to temperature right at the last moment. So safety car in this lap, even though Zol hasn't caught up yet. He's going to have to catch up now. I think of a choice. I almost felt like he was sort of holding the pack back a little bit there. Wasn't really getting up to speed as well as he could as the safety car pulls away. Thunder gets to dictate the pace. Jonathan and Rats are in a really good position here on the soft tyre for Rats, and both of them not having time penalties. If we can keep it that way. Let's try and have a very, very quick look. Only one warning for Jonathan as we get back racing again. We'll check Rats as well and see how many warnings he's got at the moment. One. So they've got another one in hand for the final 6 laps. It's lap 24 or 29 as we get back underway once again. And Thunder really trying to thunder off into the distance. Football though, very similar tyre wear of course, and it's a 10-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags for football. No idea. He may be able to appeal that later on. Appeals and things like that, they will be allocated at the end. They will be enforced. It will just be penalty points, grid penalties, etc., etc., that won't be enforced after this race. They will come out like they would be, just to show you what the stewards, me and the other stewards, are going to sort of work around and how we're going to deal with things. Coming down to turn 11 now. Yellow flag again. That's for the McLaren of Gav, who's not had the best of days. I must say, Jonathan in a very good position here, as well as Rats, as I said just before the safety car ended. 5 laps to go as we cross the line. DRS enabled once again. Get the penalties up, and yeah, football. 10-second penalty, I'm not sure what for. He may be able to get that taken off at the end. We'll have to appeal things like that though if he wants it taken away. Yellow flags flashing up all over the place. Not sure who that was this time. Maybe it was the McLaren again. One of them anyway. F1 Gav potentially. He's got 19 seconds worth of penalties. As Jonathan thought about it there around the outside of football, as they've got to be conscious that Thunder might get down the road, maybe a bit too far down the road, and be outside of that 3-second margin to Jonathan, as it stands right now in 3rd place. Fastest lap for Thunder as well, a 1:19.919. And here goes Jonathan to the inside. That was close. Zol retires in the pits, as you have to do so. Can't retire out on track, have to go into the pits to retire. Whoa. Jonathan there almost losing the back end of the car. Really dramatic with his steering input with that rear wing open. And the back end of the car didn't like it. 2 seconds between him and Thunder. But he has got that 3-second time penalty, of course, has Thunder. So he's going to have to put in some qualifying style laps for the final 3 laps coming up. Don't count out Rats just yet either on the soft tyre. And 3 laps to go. Jonathan just needs to keep it where it is, of course. He will win if it stays like it is in a couple of laps' time. Time is coming down. So just over 2 laps to go. It's looking like it's starting to slip away from Thunder here with that 3-second time penalty. Mistakes early on at turn 1 and 2 cost him dearly there with that penalty. Really struggled to keep within the limits at these 2 corners on the outside there at the apex of 2 and the outside of 1. Thunder's going to have to put in some really strong laps here in the final 2. Or hope Jonathan makes some sort of mistake. Yellow flag again in the first sector, but it seems to be cleared up pretty quickly. And Jonathan looking like he's actually reeling in Thunder right now. We have now just started the final lap. Marco falling down the order. Spun on the exit of turn 11. Down in 9th is Thunder, locks up there into turn 3. Done that all evening long. Really struggled with the balance at that corner. Only 1.9, 2 seconds separate them. It's John's to lose now. That is for sure. Unless Thunder can pull out something absolutely mighty at the end. Which doesn't look to be the case. 2 corners to go as Thunder rounds the final corner. He's going to see the checkered flag first, but unfortunately isn't going to take the race win. That goes to Jonathan, and Rats finishes on the podium. Football's going to finish in 4th, and I think that's where he will stay as Irish Scouts and Delta come up to the line now, and Coley And Delta goes fourth. Football actually dropped down again. My apologies there. Thought he would have been safe, but he wasn't. He may report that to the stewards, though, and try and get that 10-second penalty taken off. I'm not sure why he got it, but we'll wait and see. We may get to see it as we wait for the final couple. Of Gav just coming into the final sector now. As he rounds the final corner to finish this pre-season race at Australia. So we'll get the final order done and we'll get out of here because it is absolutely sweltering. I need to go and step outside for a minute if we can get the order up. And there is the podium. Jonathan taking the win. And there's driver of the day. Most overtakes from Coley. Cleanest driver, they say, is Delta. Fastest lap was Thunder. And race winner was Jonathan. And here is the final classifications. Jonathan finished in first. Second was Thunder. Third was Rats. Fourth was Delta. Fifth was Football. Sixth, Irish Scouser. Seventh, Cole. Eighth was Mancy. Ninth was Marco. 10th was F1 Gav. 11th was Ferret. 12th, not looking good. 13th, Zol. And 14th was Del Russ, and the bottom two did not finish the race. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm just going to get off now. We'll hopefully be back next week for another pre-season race. Apologies again for the mic being on mute for qualifying. That won't happen again. I'm glad it was in a pre-season race. Until next week, thanks very much.